Hey everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel, and my name is Talia, and today we are going to play with the Amor Eterno Vida palette. She is a cutie. Yeah, so we're gonna play with this one. So if you're interested in seeing what it is I'm going to do with this, by all means stay tuned. But before you go, there is a subscribe button that's located over here. Alongside of it is a notification bell. You want to make sure that you click both of them so you don't miss another video from your girl. So go ahead. It's right here. Click it. So before you start watching this video, if you have not seen my Muerte video where I did my look using that palette, I will leave the card up here for you to go check that out. Then you can come back over here and see what it is that I'm going to do with the Vida palette. So with this palette, you have 10 shades. You have 8 mattes and 2 shimmers, and Vida means life. Muerte means death. So you had the Muerte palette that was darker, and this one that is more vibrant, more, I want to say wearable. You have shades in here that are uber bright that the average person wouldn't use. So you have your oranges, your neutrals, and your greens and yellows, but it's less intimidating than the Muerte palette. So I really don't have a clue what I'm going to do with this, but we'll figure it out. So in the meantime, while we're doing that, let's talk about it. So again, there's 10 shades in here, and this is the Pressed Pigment palette. So I think I had mentioned briefly in the last video that one of them was a pressed pigment, the other one was a regular eyeshadow palette, and this one is the pressed pigment. So the pressed pigments is that they're just pigments, but they are pressed and they may stain a little bit more than your average eyeshadow. This palette does run for $58, just like the other one did. This palette will be available on November the 29th, which is this Black Friday, well, this Friday, Black Friday. The whole collection will be available both on Melt Cosmetics and also on Sephora.com. I'm not sure whether or not the collection will be available in stores or just online, but if you're out and about, you come across the Sephora, walk in and see if it's going to be there, and go ahead and copy one. So according to what it says online, that this palette was inspired by the traditional foods in Mexico and also to the music. So I can see, I don't know, I guess, yeah, the food, I suppose, you got your peppers, your greens, your reds. So I can see that. Music, I don't know where they would get music from, but let's rock with it. So that they were inspired by those two things when they created this palette. So there's really not much to tell other than the fact that I will do some swatches for you, and I will go ahead and play them now. Okay, so you see the swatches. I mean, my issues are Papel Picado, Amor Eterno, Sol, and Pan Dulce. They are patchy and very sheer, just not a smooth swatch whatsoever. Now that you have seen the swatches, I feel like I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I want to incorporate as much of the colors as possible so you can see how they wear, because it's one thing to swatch an eyeshadow versus applying it on the lid. So I don't know, what do you think? I'm gonna try to get them all in, or at least a good majority of them in. So let's play. So I'm going to keep it all the way above. So clearly I decided to do one eye before, I came on camera to do the other eye, right? It has literally taken me almost damn near 2 hours just to come up with this. Why? Because it being pressed pigment, it does what pigments do. Listen, I had high hopes. I'm going to allow you to see how, it performs. These colors didn't do that bad, but let me tell you. So you don't want to try to mix these two together. It's just not happening. It wasn't happening for me. I had to, well, my eye is not irritated because I actually used a micellar cleansing water to remove the eye makeup to redo the look about 3 different times. Okay, so the initial plan was to try to get as many colors as I can, at least the brighter ones, because I mean, of course, that's what's attracting you to the palette, right? Listen, these two don't play well together. You try to take any of the yellow or the yellow and greens to mix in with the oranges, it's just not happening. Wasn't happening. Just a disappointment. Now, I don't know how well these colors are gonna perform with the Muerte palette, but honey, it's just not popping. It just isn't. I'm like extremely disappointed. Now, will these eyeshadows or pressed pigments perform okay by themselves? Yes. The Chocolate, the Agua Ardiente, Atol, and Pan Dulce. Those are the colors that I used over here. And so that would be, again, Pan Dulce, Agua Ardiente, Chocolate, and Atol. All of these played okay with one another, but I was getting too crazy with the Pan Dulce, and is it that one? Yeah. And it was starting to act a little foolish. But you'll see. You'll see. So annoyed when you have high hopes for something and it doesn't work well. But anywho, so I'm going to go in with my P. Louise Rumor 5 and I'm going to lay that down as my eyeshadow base. And you can see how many times I try to do something with this palette. So I'm going to use, the first shade I'm going to use is Chocolate. And I'm trying to create a wing shade. It doesn't have to be perfect. And these shades are so freaking pretty, man. But my lord. And you're just gonna keep patting until you get the desired pigmentation. And as you can see, this is a nice cool brown. I think I flip-flop brushes. So the next shade I'm gonna go in, it's like a, I don't know, a greenish brown. It is Agua Ardiente. I'm gonna go right above Chocolate. And I'm just doing some patting motion. And don't worry about if you're going over the chocolate shade. You're gonna go back in with that brush to freshen the shade up. And I'm going back in with the chocolate shade. And next shade is Papel Picado, and this is such a pretty shade. And even when I laid it down with a white base, I was like, okay, this shade is pretty fresh, but it was not trying to play well with the other shades. And then we're gonna go back in and freshen up Agua Ardiente. So this is where you're gonna cut the crease, right? You can either take your base, where is my base? I'm like so annoyed with life right now. You can either take your base and just cut the crease over it, or you can take either your makeup wipe if you're that, if you're that precise and you're able to cut your crease with the makeup wipe, or you can take your micellar water and use your brush to cut the crease out. So then you don't have such a thick base. I learned this method from Rocio, and I find it beneficial to use this and cut my crease, but however you want to do it. Right now, I just want to get this look done because it annoys me ever so much when you get so amped up for a product and then it flops on you. I mean, I'm just saying it. I'm just telling you like it is. That's an annoyance. Like that for $58? No one ever tried to blend these shades together? And so you definitely want to be precise. The thing with cut creases is that they don't always come out just as even as your other eye or looks like your other eye. So when you're brushing this product off, I think I might have made a boo-boo. You want to tap it onto a paper towel, like like as if you were painting. Tap it onto a paper towel. Right now I'm wiping it on a makeup wipe. And you just want to continue to cut your crease and try to be as precise as possible. All right, now you want to take your base and go back in and cut the crease. And I'm using the P. Louise Rumor 4, and I'm trying to be as neat as possible, or as precise as possible. It's moving around a little bit because I'm using the same brush I used to clean off my lid, which is still a little slick from the micellar water. Okay, and we're gonna go in with Atol, and we're going to place it right below the crease, and we're just tapping. This khaki color shade is very pretty. Okay, that was irking me. Okay, and we're gonna go in next with Pan Dulce, and we're just patting. I think I needed to add more of the Ator. Okay, I'm gonna say, what shade did I go in next? Then the next shade we're gonna go in is with the Agua Ardiente. And we're just gonna pat and blend. Yeah, it's looking a little different than the other side. Than the other side. Then top it off with chocolate. Yeah, I can see what I did wrong. So stick of it. I think it was the angle that I came in at, because when I was patting the eyeshadow on this side, I started from the inner corner versus the outer corner for this. Well, I did the outer corner for here, and then I started in the inner corner for here, which I shouldn't have done. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh yeah, that's pretty crappy. This Pan Dulce is not cooperating, and I messed up, but ask me if I'm gonna redo. Nope, 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 nope. I'm truly over this. So I'm not even gonna front. I'm truly over it. So for my inner corner shade, I'm going with Alegria. It's truly making me upset. This is as good as we're gonna get it, honey. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to crisp out my wing using my foundation, and I'm still using the El Maquillage foundation in 220. A lot of you guys had said that it looked a little gray, I didn't like it, but truth be told, like, I've been wearing it for the past few days, or at least the past week, and I like it. And I don't know if anyone has said to me that it looked great in person. I'm hoping that people have enough decency to tell me that my eyeshadow looks, I mean, not my eyeshadow, but my foundation looks gray. But I've used it all week. I will say with the foundation, just a brief product update, it doesn't really perform well with sponges. Like, it's one of those foundations that you really have to use a brush. Okay, I'm so mad. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but it was just a struggle to get here. So I'm gonna put on my foundation and concealer. I don't know if you guys want to see it. I don't even want to show you in this video. So I want to put on my foundation, my concealer, powder everything up. I'll come back to do highlighter lips. I'll be right back. I was gonna continue to use the same concealer I have been using, but I haven't used my Milani concealer in a while. So I will be mixing deep tan and warm walnut. I think the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear and these Milani Conceal and Perfect concealers are the best drugstore concealers. Even though I've heard the CoverGirl ones are pretty good. I just haven't tried them yet. My skin is peeling because of this damn retin-A. Good grief. I'm also using a new sponge by InStylish. I'll be doing a full review on these sponges really soon. I've just been testing them out for about a week, so I will definitely give you guys my final thoughts. So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Setting Powder in Honey. And I'm going to go in with my InStylish sponge. And I haven't really been using a sponge to set my under eye. But here lately with this sponge, I kind of dig it. I say that and then here I go. It starts clinging onto a patch. My SD card had ran out of space, so I had to put another one in. And so I'm going to go in with my Lancome setting powder and set the rest of my face. And for my bronzer, we're going to try something different now. Mind you, I've had this palette for a long time. It's the Morphe, I guess, bronzer contour palette in what? I think 6PW, I suppose. I don't know. And so we're going to go in with the shade right here. None of them have shade names. I can't remember if, yeah. I don't think this does anything for me. I think that's why I haven't touched it. Can you see it? Okay, I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm gonna go in with this darker shade to do a subtle contour. Okay, you can see that a little bit, yeah. I'm gonna go in with my Old Faithful blush from Black Radiance in Almond Toast, or Toasted Almond. Same brush. I'm gonna take my E22 and I'm gonna go in with this contour shade and just contour the bridge of my nose, or the top portion of my nose. And for my eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl gel eyeliner in dark brown. Kind of afraid to go in with this red. So we're gonna go in with Mexicana. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, Lord. And this is a beautiful red. And you want to be easy because it is red and you don't want to be sloppy and get it all over the place because there's potential staining involved. I'm just going to take this brush, and this is my Morphe M433, and there is some fallout with this palette, the FYI. And for my highlighter, I'm going to use my Professional Kiss New York Glow and Bronze Powder in medium, right? No, and deep. This is deep. Showies. And the brush I'm using is by Juvia's Place. I think it's like the highlighter blending brush. My skin is so textured. All right, I have my lashes on. I'm not gonna mention them because they're discontinued. Just know that I got them from Ace Boutique. I say it like that because that's how it's spelled on the Instagram, or that's how they have the enunciation for it. So I can't help it but to say it like that. But anyway, so I'm gonna add my mole back because I always keep her covered. I'm gonna add her back today. I mean, she's dark. I'm gonna let her dry a little bit. I'm gonna put a little powder over it. I look like a microphone. There we go. Mute her a little bit. Okay, and for my lip, not really sure what I wanted to do there. You know what? I'm gonna take this lip pencil by ColourPop and Ellery. But this is what I don't like about their lippy pencils. They do foolery like this, but we're gonna make her work today. Let's see what we can do. And I'm going to use this Maybelline liquid lipstick. What's it called? It's a Super Stay Matte Ink. In what shade is this? Fighter. I want her to be a little bit more brown versus burgundy. Let me see if I can switch that up a little bit. Add this pencil from NYX, dark brown. Yeah, I don't know if I like it with the Ellery. I love the Ellery lip pencil, but not with this. Okay, so this is the final look. So what do you think? Now, I'm gonna say overall, the look didn't come out bad, but as you can tell, I am disappointed in the performance of this palette. I don't know if it was just me, but I just feel like the blending wasn't, like, you can even see it like in here, that the blending just wasn't happening. Listen, okay. These colors individually are beautiful, but I just personally don't feel like they work well with each other. I will continue to play with it. I will promise to do another look on this channel or even on my Instagram, well, both, whatever, to just make sure that it wasn't me. When I say that I tried to create a look at least 3 times over and the shades were not working out. They were not blending with each other. They were very patchy. They were kind of overlapping. The yellow was overlapping the red. It was just not a pretty sight. I can't even remember if Amy Loves Makeup mentioned it. Did I finish her video? I don't know. But I'm going to go back and watch her video to see if she had any issues with it, because I want to say that she used this palette in her video. I don't know. I never tell anybody what to do, what to get, whatever. But if you had to get one palette out of the two, I'm going to recommend that you get the Muerte palette, because this one isn't the best unless you're just trying to use each shade as individual shades, or try to use it with another palette. Yeah, I mean, I would say you can pass on it personally, but if you definitely want to still give it a go, because again, it could be me. This is my first time trying it. I don't know. I can just tell you off the top that I am not a fan. Am I upset about the look today? No. But I feel like I had to pull that out of a bag to make it work. So anyway, I don't know. It does come out on Friday, on Black Friday, November the 29th. So if you want to give it a go, you can check it out on Melt Cosmetics or on Sephora.com and see what you like. In the event that you already have it, or if you intend on purchasing it, let me know down in the comment section and let me know what you think. And yeah, that is all, people. I don't know what else to say. I am a little disappointed on the performance, I might say, but what can you do? What can you do? I will play with it some more to see what I can create if the blending gets a little bit better, because I'm not hitting on nothing today. So if you want to check your girl out on social media, you can find me on Everything Talia's Eye Candy. That's on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And if you want to keep up with my weight loss journey, you can find me on Beauty from the Inside Out 365. That's my second IG account. And I will catch you all in the next one. Bye. Llegó la mami que todo desespera.